Fishing, I accidentally drifted into South Korean waters. As soon as I came ashore, South Korean security picked me up. I kept my eyes shut tight the whole way. I told them I wouldn't look at anything until I was back in my homeland. South Koreans around me laughed and told me to check out their skyscrapers. I kept my eyes closed. The car pulled into an underground garage. The South Korean prosecutor told me to hand over my belongings, strip down, and take a shower. One of the security escorts, Jung-woo, was gentle with me and even brought me fresh clothes. The interrogation began. I explained that fishing nets had gotten tangled in my engine and the boat couldn't start, which is why I drifted into South Korean waters. I said I wasn't a North Korean spy. The interrogator wasn't buying it. Made me write down everything that had happened in my life from birth until now, and they set out a table full of kimchi for me. When I went to use the bathroom, the prosecutor suddenly attacked me to test if I was a trained assassin. I took him down easy. The interrogator realized I'd had training. I admitted I'd served in special forces. That was the only thing I'd been hiding. The prosecutor made me write everything out again, this time including my military service. In the middle of the night, he woke me up and had me write it all out over and over, then compared the versions looking for inconsistencies. After going through this several times, I broke down. He beat me badly. The supervisor wasn't happy with the interrogator's brutal tactics, worried about how it would reflect on the country. The interrogator insisted I was a potential spy and said harsh methods were the only way to get evidence. The supervisor thought he was being too aggressive and told him to hand me over to the defection team. Jung-woo told me I couldn't go back to North Korea right away. I worried that if I was gone too long, my family would be in danger. I cried looking at photos of my wife and kids. I was taken to the defection team. Beautiful woman tried to convince me to stay in South Korea. She said I'd get a house, living expenses, and a job.
여기서 새로 가족을 꾸밀 수도 있습니다. 재혼을 원하시면
싫어요. 오늘도 의미가 자식을 갈라놓지 않는.
She said if I passed up this opportunity, we would be gone forever. I was tempted, but I turned it down for the sake of my wife and children. The supervisor decided to show me around, figuring maybe if I saw the prosperity of Seoul, I'd change my mind. Jung-woo disagreed, but had to follow orders. On the way, Jung-woo kept urging me to open my eyes and look, promising he wouldn't tell anyone. With my eyes still closed, I said that if I saw anything, I'd remember, and if they interrogated me, I'd end up talking about it, and that would be in trouble. I'd made up my mind to stay loyal to North Korea. Jung-woo brought me to a busy Seoul street, then left me there and took off. I shouted his name with my eyes closed. The man rushed out and deliberately bumped into me. I instinctively opened my eyes. I saw the bustling streets of Seoul. Everything seemed so new and strange. I saw leftover food on the street and discarded electronics that South Koreans had thrown away. As a North Korean, I was confused. Jung-woo had been following and watching me the whole time. Along the way, I helped a woman to thank me. She invited me to dinner. She suddenly started crying and said she sold her body for money. This confused me even more. After I parted ways with the woman, Jung-woo found me. I asked him why, in such a wealthy country, people still had to sell their bodies for money.
빛이 강하면 그림자도 큰 것 같아요. 자유가 행복을 보장하지는 못하잖아요.
When I was brought back, the interrogator came at me again. This time, he grabbed an ashtray and pulled down the blinds, ready to beat me bloody. The interrogator tricked me, saying that if I just put my thumbprint on the document, I could go home. I pressed my thumb down. Then he told me I'd be charged as a spy and sent to court and would spend the rest of my days in prison. I completely broke down. If I couldn't get back, I'd be branded a traitor and my family's lives would be in danger. I tried to end my life to keep my family safe. Jung-woo burst through the door just in time and saved me. The supervisor was furious with the interrogator. Meanwhile, my actions on the street had caught the media's attention. They demanded that the security department release the footage. Jung-woo immediately objected. He said if North Korea saw this footage, I'd be in trouble. The supervisor thought it was the perfect opportunity to get me to defect. Jung-woo felt helpless. Came into the room and turned on the TV. I completely fell apart. North Korea protested strongly, demanding the immediate release of the fishermen who'd been forcibly detained. In the end, I was released. But they still wanted to recruit me as a spy for South Korea to provide military intelligence about the area near the 38th